Hey, it's Saturday, January 15th, and we're back. We're going to continue on with wheels, brakes. Had some advice from a couple builders. Going to try a couple things here today. Make sure, just test fit everything, get it all fit up, and just see if that solves our issue with the calipers not sliding very well on those mounts. I think I just might have been trying to push them in too far. So anyways, that's what we're going to do and see how far we get. Hey, got a cool little piece here from Mike Patey from when he built Scrappy. They had a he had these wing spars, his wing spars for Scrappy custom extruded. So when he did that, they had a whole bunch of them extra, so they cut a bunch of them up and cut them out, did some laser cutting on them, and we could send them out to people who wanted to buy them. So I got one of those. I think it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and he signed the end of it too. And we got another order of stuff here. I ordered, figured it's about time to order a battery, so I've got the battery in. We've got a battery, it's a backup ignition battery for the electronic ignition. Ordered jack lugs. We're going to put those on the main gear, so that's where you can jack the airplane up without having to worry about damaging the gear legs. And then we've got a remote charging terminal for that battery, so this will be mounted on the firewall, so we can charge the battery up without having to take anything out of the inside of the airplane. Yeah. On these bolts that go in, that hold those brake pads on, it's got, what are these called? Nordlock washers. And you've got one side that's got these little kind of cam looking things on it, and the other side's got, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of like a serrated look. So the two halves that kind of have these little cam things on it, those go towards each other, so they match up. So they match up together on there, and then when you torque it down, that's what locks that in. Hey, weather check for today. Oh, there goes the camera. It's actually, it was really, really windy earlier, but it's not windy anymore. It's actually a pretty nice evening out here. The moon is out, kinda. It's a little bit cloudy, but it wasn't too bad of a day today, but I forgot to do the weather check while the sun was up. So there you go. Hey, we're done for the day, and look at that. We're sitting on some wheels now. Pretty excited to make it to this point. You saw earlier I did we went ahead and installed the wheels and brakes and everything, and those calipers are still, it's pretty stiff in those where those slides are, but they do sit out further, and that was part of my mistake when I was trying to fit those up, as I was pushing those calipers all the way in on that brake mount, and I think that's where it was really stiff. But so it's backed out with the wheel in there, still a little stiff, but it does have some movement, some freedom in there, so I think that's going to be okay. And I would imagine that'll probably, over time, that'll loosen up a little bit, so I'm not worried about that at all. But just pretty excited to get this done. I didn't really talk about putting the nut on for the wheel. Shoot, I'm sorry, I apologize. I guess I should have showed the process of doing that. Of you don't put that on like you normally would with like a trailer tire or anything, where you torque it down, you tighten it down until the wheel stops, and then you back it off a little bit so the wheel's free. You can't do that on those bearings. Those have a seal on them, so you can't do that. But that seal stays stationary and the wheel rotates around it. So I think if you, so when you get it to that point, that wheel's actually pretty stiff on there. It doesn't really spin at all. Like if you spin it, it stops instantly. Well, it stops pretty quick, but anyway. Not instantly, it depends on how fast the wheel is spinning, but yeah, so we got that done. Again, yeah, super excited to have it off the table. Seems like every time we're up here, it starts looking more and more like an airplane. Next thing coming up on the list is, in the book, is boot cowl. However, we've got them fuel tanks we're finally going to tackle. We're going to do the Pro Seal on those, get that done, get it installed in the wing, get that inside rib riveted in, finish up these wings here, get that part done, and then we'll go back to boot cowl. Well, we also still have to fit the strut fittings, and we've got those strut fittings that we gotta sand down just a little tiny bit so they fit in there good. We got to get that done, because that has to be done before you can put it in the strut, and before you can put the strut on the wing and the wing on the airplane. So we'll get that done, but that's what's coming up. Boot cowl. Well, tanks, boot cowl, and then struts. We'll finish up that strut work. So, hey, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day. And that's it for now.